Hey guys, we're back with another video, and today we'll be talking about the new Saw movie sequel that's set to release as a Halloween special in 2023, with Kevin Greutert directing. The man was behind the hit first 5 movies, and after a break from the franchise, he's back to bring you the 10th edition of the horror movie series. We know you're curious, so let's get into it. First off, let's go into detail about the news for the next Saw movie. There will be more Saw to cut through 2023, as Lionsgate and Twisted Pictures recently confirmed that the next part of the billion-dollar series will debut on the 27th of October, 2023. This new film will mark the 10th installment in the widely popular franchise. Kevin Greutert, who directed Saw 6 and Saw the Final Chapter and edited the initial 5 Saw films and Jigsaw, will be returning to direct the film. Greutert is a franchise crowd favorite, with many praising his work on his 2 projects. Apart from the Saw films, he directed Jezebel, starring Sarah Snook, and Visions, starring Isla Fisher, and they intended to make the audience's dreams come true. The plot of the new entry is being kept a secret, but the studio promises the film will capture the fans' hearts and other body parts, with all new twisted, ingenious traps and a new mystery to solve. The producers of the Saw franchise, Mark Berg and Oren Cools, said they've been keeping track of fan demands and what the audience would prefer, and they're trying their best to deliver it all in the next movie. They said they're planning the upcoming film to be something that Saw aficionados and horror fans alike would love. Part of it is entrusting the project to Kevin Greutert, director of Saw 6, which remains one of the series' fan favorites. They promise to reveal more details in the upcoming days. The Saw films have grossed a lot of money at the box office since their debut in 2004. To be specific, the second part, starring Donnie Wahlberg, was the most successful, generating over $147 million worldwide. Completely understandable. Have you seen Donnie's acting? Obviously, people would rush to the cinemas to watch any project the man's a part of. The last sequel was the Saw reboot, Spiral, starring Chris Rock and Samuel Jackson, which was aired during the COVID pandemic and grossed over $41 million in total. It probably would have grossed more if the fate of cinemas wasn't fluctuating so much and people weren't scared to go out. What do we know about the casting and other teas in the movie? It is unknown whether Torben Bell's character, John Kramer, better known as Jigsaw, will return for Saw 10. There has been no official casting announcement for the movie, but we will keep you updated as more information becomes available. Because Spiral is a spin-off, we're probably not going to see Chris Rock, Samuel L. Jackson, or Max Minghella. However, it wouldn't be too far-fetched to expect Cary Elwes to reprise his role as Dr. Lawrence Gordon. Saw 10 is the 10th entry in the Saw franchise. After 2021's Spiral from the Book of Saw, it currently lacks a formal title because, well, the news just got announced. What were you expecting? But do you want to know a secret? The next movie is gonna fall into the horror genre. Yep, sorry, there's no actual tea here. Now let's talk about Kevin Greutert and why he's such a big deal in the Saw franchise. Kevin Greutert is an American movie editor, director, and writer, most known for his work on Donnie Darko, Saw, and Saw 2. He made his debut film in 2009 with Saw 6, which was released on October 23rd. Greutert scripted and was signed on to direct Paranormal Activity 2 in 2010, but he was taken off the project and onto Saw 3D after Twisted Pictures used a contractual provision present in his contract. Todd Williams took over as director for Paranormal Activity 2, while Greutert directed Saw 3D, which was initially intended to be the series' final installment. The film was eventually aired on October 29, 2010. Greutert's work has appeared in magazines such as Ambit and Magic Realism, and he has composed music for various film soundtracks, especially the Paul Bowles documentary called Things Gone and Things Still Here. Greutert was originally supposed to not be a part of the Saw series with Spiral in 2021 due to a scheduling problem. This would have been his first absence from a Saw picture since the franchise's inception in 2004. He was called on later in the production process, though, to assist with editing the final version, and was granted executive producer honors for the movie. See, the best Saw movies were the ones he was directing, and since he's generally great at what he does, that means a win-win for the next Saw movie. In other news from the Saw franchise. First off, Peacock and Lionsgate just signed a deal for The Continental. Universal and Lionsgate have agreed to bring the highly anticipated John Wick prequel TV spin-off The Continental to Peacock. Peacock and Lionsgate today announced a multi-year agreement for The Continental, a 3-part special program based on the iconic action franchise John Wick. The Continental Hotel's Genesis tale, set in the 1970s and key to the Keanu Reeves-led action movie series, will premiere exclusively on Peacock sometime during 2023, alongside the presently accessible John Wick trilogy. John Wick Chapter 2, and John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum have grossed $575 million in total on a cumulative $110 million budget, with a 4th chapter set to release on March 24, 2023. It's a wise buy for the service, and not just since the John Wick trilogy is still one of Peacock's most popular films. Played by Colin Woodall, is dragged through 1975 New York to confront a history he believed he'd left behind. Winston crafts a deadly route through New York City's hidden underbelly in an attempt to grab control of the legendary hotel, which serves as a gathering place for the world's most dangerous criminals. Woodell will be joined by Iomidi Adigun, who will play a young Sharon, Peter Green, who will don Uncle Charlie's fedora, and Mel Gibson, who will play Cormac. Ben Robson will also join the cast as Frankie, Hubert Point de Jour as Miles, Jessica Elaine as Lou, Michelle Prada as KD, and Nung Kate as Yen. And Saw movie actor Chris Rock's brother just spoke up about Will Smith's apology after the infamous slap. The 2-minute women engaged in the confrontation have mainly been quiet since the events of Oscar night, when Will Smith struck Chris Rock live on stage. Rock has made just brief public comments, while Smith has not spoken since the original apology. That is until recently, when he posted a clip in which Smith addressed the issue in depth and apologized once more. Tony Rock, Chris Rock's brother, has not been silent though, unlike his brother. Tony Rock has spoken out about the event many times, even citing Jada Smith's relationship with Tupac to suggest what may have triggered the slap, and has been more than eager to share what he feels about the whole situation. Tony Rock's emphasis is not on the apology itself, but on those who believe he only spoke out about the event for selfish purposes. He meant the people who claimed he was out for clout. The apology video itself revealed that there is much more happening here. Will Smith clearly names Tony Rock in the video, indicating that the two men had a genuine friendship, which Smith regrets is likely over. Now that his name has been brought up in Will's video, Tony believes that the haters should shut up about him not being directly involved in the drama, and that he has a right to comment on the whole scenario. Whew. We think it's safe to say that those two won't be acting like buddies anytime soon. And finally, the upcoming Saw movie's producer has another film booked for this fall. End of the Road, a new film starring Queen Latifah, will be released on Netflix this year, and we're here to give you the latest scoop on it. The movie is being directed by Millicent Shelton and based on a script by David Lowery. The original draft was written by Christopher Moore. Shelton's work has appeared in series such as Run the World, Insecure, and Titans. Tracy Edmonds is the producer for Edmonds Entertainment, Mark Berg for Twisted Pictures, and Brad Kaplan. Flavor Unit Entertainment has Latifah and Shaquem Kampir as its executive producers. A teaser trailer was just recently released, and it seems as exciting as we originally thought. End of the Road will be available on Netflix on Friday, September 9, 2022, at 12 a.m. PT. Brenda, played by Latifah, is a widow who has recently been laid off from work. She intends to relocate her family across the nation to start a new and better life. Unfortunately, their road to a better life proved to be more difficult than anticipated, as they find themselves becoming targets of a mystery killer. The 2-minute clip begins with a fast-paced automobile pursuit in the desert and glimpses of a distraught Brenda before returning viewers to the events that led to her distress. And that's a wrap for this video. What do you speculate about the next Saw movie? Do you think it will gross higher than its predecessors? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one!